Linda, our HOA president, believed she was untouchable. She truly thought she could stroll into my backyard, cut through my locks, and abduct my dog simply because she didn't like how he looked. She treated my home like it belonged to her, and my lifeline like it was disposable garbage. But Linda made one catastrophic mistake. She thought she was stealing a pet. She had no idea that Max is a federally protected medical service animal. Taking him isn't just stealing. It's a federal felony carrying a penalty of up to 10 years in prison. She stood in her driveway laughing, clutching her clipboard, convinced she had won. But the moment officers began reading out FBI-level charges, that smile disappeared for good. This is a story of how one woman's arrogance destroyed her entire life. If you believe entitled neighbors should face consequences, stand up for justice. Hit that subscribe button right now and join the team. You will not want to miss what happens next. To understand how serious this crime was, you need to understand who Max really is. He isn't just a dog I toss a ball for. I suffer from a severe form of epilepsy that strikes without warning. Before Max, I lived in constant fear. I couldn't shower, cook, or even sleep without worrying I might never wake up. Max underwent 18 months of specialized training to detect chemical changes in my body. He alerts me nearly 10 minutes before a seizure, giving me time to get somewhere safe. He quite literally saves my life every single week. But to Linda, the newly elected HOA president, Max was nothing but a problem. From the moment she took office, she targeted us. It started with small fines, $154 for excessive barking, even though Max only barks when my life is at risk. Then came formal notices demanding I remove the animal from the neighborhood. I tried to handle things calmly. I went to her house, carrying a cake and all my medical documentation. I told her, Linda, under the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, HOA pet restrictions do not apply to service animals. He is medical equipment. She didn't even glance at the paperwork. She tossed it straight into the trash in front of me. She leaned closer, her eyes icy, and whispered, I don't care about your fake little disability, Alex. I run this neighborhood, and I won't allow dirty animals ruining property values. Remember this. One day you'll come home, and that dog will be gone. I shuddered. I assumed she was bluffing. I never imagined she was actually planning a crime. That Tuesday, I had a required hospital checkup. Hospitals stress Max out, so for short visits I leave him in a secure, climate-controlled kennel in my backyard. I double-locked the gate with a heavy-duty steel padlock because of Linda's threats. As I drove away, a knot twisted in my stomach, a gut feeling warning me something was wrong. The appointment ran long. When I finally got out, I saw 5 missed alerts from my Ring security app. My heart dropped. I opened the live feed, and my blood turned to ice. The footage showed Linda storming up to my gate, holding massive red bolt cutters. She didn't hesitate for a second. Snap! The lock hit the ground. She marched inside, smiling like she'd won. Max, gentle as ever, didn't react aggressively. He wagged his tail, confused. Linda yanked him by the collar. On the audio, you could hear her sneer, Finally, I'm cleaning up this trash. She dragged him to her SUV, shoved him inside, and drove away. I was still 20 minutes out. Watching my lifeline be taken instantly triggered my condition. My hands began shaking, my vision narrowing. I was on the edge of a seizure, alone in a parking lot, because the woman tasked with protecting the neighborhood had stolen my safety. I knew I had seconds to act, or I might never see Max again. With trembling fingers, I dialed 911. The operator began with routine questions. What is your emergency? Has a theft occurred? I interrupted her, my voice breaking. This is more than theft. A woman kidnapped my seizure alert dog. I have life-threatening seizures, and she stole my medical equipment. This is life or death. Everything changed instantly. Her tone sharpened. Sir, are you safe? Units are being dispatched now. Do not confront the suspect. I drove home, praying I wouldn't lose consciousness behind the wheel. When I arrived, Officer Davis was already on my porch reviewing the footage. He was 8K 9-unit officer and immediately understood the severity. When he saw Linda dragging Max away, his expression hardened. "She has no idea what she's done," he said quietly. "Interfering with a service animal is a federal crime here. She's not facing a fine, she's facing prison." They tracked Linda's phone, which she'd foolishly left on, to a spot 5 miles away near the county animal control center. Then it started moving back toward her house. She was returning. Officers decided to wait for her in her own driveway. The trap was ready. Linda pulled in, looking smug and satisfied. She stepped out, fixing her blazer, unaware 2 patrol cars were hidden nearby. When Officer Davis approached, she rolled her eyes. "Oh, Alex called you," she scoffed. "Good. You can witness me removing an illegal animal. I dropped it at the shelter. It's their problem now." My chest collapsed. The shelter? But then Officer Davis glanced into backseat. "Ma'am, why is there a service vest in your car?" Linda stuttered. I took it off. It was fake." "Open the trunk," he ordered. She refused, but it didn't matter. With probable cause, he opened it himself. There was Max. She hadn't gone to the shelter at all. She'd just driven around to terrorize me. Max was curled up, shaking but unharmed. I broke down and ran to him. The second he smelled me, he licked my face, checking if I was okay. As I held him, Linda's world collapsed. Officer Davis spun her around. "Linda Smith, you are under arrest for grand larceny, animal cruelty, and federal interference with service animal." "You can't arrest me. I'm the president," she screamed as the cuff snapped shut. "Not anymore," Officer Davis replied. Linda spent 3 nights in jail before making bail. She was immediately removed from her HOA position. To avoid a 10-year sentence, she pleaded guilty to a felony. She was forced to sell her house and pay me $150,000 in damages for emotional distress and punitive penalties. I used that money to build a state-of-the-art security fence for Max. Linda lost her home, her status, and her freedom, all because she chose to mess with the wrong dog.